Let's look at defending Katagatame. Okay. So, Katagatame has always been one of our favorite submissions, especially once we're, from the mount, yes, but in a lot of cases it's off of the pass where a partner will pass the guard here. And due to like this extended arm, you'll find entries into Katagatame here. So what does he want to do? He wants to shrink my body down like so. He wants to make sure that his elbow's deep, his head is down. He'll often shift his hips out to the side, and then he'll finish like so, right? So we've got this like palm-to-palm grip. There are variations where you go figure four. Sometimes the elbow is wide. I showed a version where the elbow is in tight, okay? So there are all different kind of methods here. When we're defending Katagatame, we have to understand two things. Number one, it's a pretty bad submission to be in, and so you're in a little bit of a dilemma. In a lot of cases, it's a choice between being tapped out by Katagatame and then exposing your back to give up a bad position where you're going to try to escape from. And so most Katagatames, there are some times where you can bridge and turn in. We'll look at that briefly. But most of the time, it makes more sense to move away from your partner. Now, we're going to look at a case where our partner is passing our guard here. They drop their hip, and as we go to post, in advance of moving our hips out, our partner slips the arm pass, and we find ourselves here with one shoulder up and one shoulder down, okay? And this is actually a pretty good place to be relatively, okay? If both of our shoulders are on the floor, that's not a great place to start defending from. We'll look at that in a second. But from here, where our body is slightly off to the side, this is a much better place. He wants our elbow up high, so we want our elbow down low. So what are we going to do? We're going to clamp our elbow down here. Okay, we're going to clasp our hands. That's going to help to keep the arm down low. Sometimes we see defenses where people will like lock in this position. It's not wrong. The problem with this sort of thing is that it doesn't give you an escape out of the position. It just kind of prevents the guy from finishing with the girl. So we're locking everything down, and now we're going to begin the action of walking away from our partner. So essentially, we're going to bridge over this left shoulder. We're going to take a step with our outside leg to turn our body, and we're going to shoot our arm up high. So we take it from being low to being up high. Our inside arm snakes back so that we can turn and bring our head out through this space. His grip is weakening already. We're going to bring our head up, turn our elbow back, and separate the hands. As our head rises now, we're looking at our partner's legs. We're going to take the outside arm. We're going to cover our partner's hip. Scoot back just a little bit here, please. From this position, your top arm goes over. You're going to lock, take your knee to the inside, pressure over, and you're going to take your partner's back from here, ready to attack. So from a different angle. He passes, our frame is compromised, and our body is in this position. We're going to close our elbow, lock our hands down low. We're going to scissor and start the turn. Once we're here, now we can start to take our arm up. The second arm is back. We're going to turn so that we're looking at our partner here. We're going to continue the action of ducking out to separate the hands. The head rises. The hand goes here to our partner's hip. Now you're in a perfect attacking position. You're ready to go on the offensive. So, one, we turn, lock, close. Here's the arm. We duck our body out, around the corner, and we're on our partner's back. So this turning escape is very effective. Occasionally, you'll find that it's possible for you to turn into your partner, and this again is like a last-ditch effort here, where our back is flat on the mat. When our back is on the mat and we can't get our shoulder up, now we're looking for an even more last-ditch escape. We do need to make sure that this elbow is framed back. So palm to palm is okay here, to look to keep our elbow behind our partner's head. Okay, if our elbow is up high, it makes life much more difficult. Even if his head is up, bring your head up a little bit here, I still want to wedge in this fashion. We're going to plant the feet, and we're going to bridge. The bridge is over our right shoulder, and the idea here is that we want to slip our elbow around to the other side. It doesn't free our head, but now from here we can slip the elbow like so, your partner will probably put a whizzer on, and now you're in a position where you're ready to go into a classic whizzer versus seatbelt situation. Okay, so actually we'll go this way. So much more kind of last ditch effort. Our back is on the floor. We will frame with the idea of driving our elbow down like so. Then we're going to bridge, not directly into our partner like this, but at a 45. So we're going to bridge up and over to be able to slip this elbow. Now from here, we're around our partner's head, slipping the elbow in. As he goes to adjust, we're going to come down the body, hug the waist, around the corner, and now we're out. So Katagatame is a very tough position to defend, a tough submission to defend, but you do have a much better chance so long as you're not staying flat. Our first escape showed that you can bridge away from your partner, keeping one shoulder up off of the mat. You do run the risk of back exposure, but as with a lot of late stage escapes, that's just kind of how it is. You have to sacrifice your safety. The safety in this case is there's not very much of it, but you have to sacrifice the position that you're in for a chance to escape instead of staying there and risking getting submitted. Okay. So defending Katagatame, try it out. Hopefully it was helpful for you. See you soon.